Hello, and welcome to ASMR Ghost Stories. We're going to take it a little bit different today. Still stay a little bit scared, but have a little fun at the same time. If you're new to the channel, welcome. All of my stories are told in soft-spoken or whispered form. So before you put on your headphones, go ahead and subscribe. I also upload twice a week, Mondays, Thursdays, and sometimes a little bonus content. So hit that notification bell. Today, we are going to head to Eastern Europe and some of their superstitions. And I apologize if there's any mispronunciations. I try my best. In general, Eastern Europeans tend to be more superstitious than their Western counterparts. 50% of Russian people in a recent poll admitted that they modified their behavior to conform to superstitious or magical beliefs. Here are some interesting superstitions. Don't wear clothes inside out. Doing so raises the risk of you getting beaten up. If you do so accidentally, but then immediately fix them to the right side out again, you can escape a thrashing if you ask someone to whack you on the back. Flowers must only be gifted in odd numbers, so your bouquet can have 13 flowers, but not 12. Giving even-numbered flowers will put off the recipient, seeing as Russians only take even numbers of flowers to cemeteries. If you're to the halfway point on a journey, do not turn around and go back home, or ill luck will befall you. If you forget something vital and you must return, look in a mirror before leaving the house and resuming your journey. Never shake hands over a threshold. Also, never hug or kiss over it. There's a house spirit that lives there, and your actions in his space might disturb him, and that's a bad idea. Instead, step inside the house, then make your greetings. Similar to some Chinese gifts, giving certain household objects can be problematic. For example, giving an object with a sharp edge, like a knife or scissors, can lead to arguments with the recipient. It's possible to avoid this by charging the recipient a ruble for the gift, thereby returning it into a sale and changing its nature. Gifting a handkerchief can cause tears, while gifting an empty purse is bad luck. A purse should have a coin or other monetary amount in it so that the recipient is never poor. And to add to that, My grandmother told me you should never give knives as a gift because it means you're severing the relationship. I always remembered that, and that was told to me like 30 years ago. Sit between two people with the same name to get lucky. Popular names are very common in Russia. So if there are two Ivans or two Natashas at a party, get between them and make a wish, and it will come true. Of course, don't tell anyone what you wished for. Salty food means that the cook, has fallen in love, so don't complain about it. Don't lick a knife. Doing so will turn you into an evil person, likely a liar, since we know that liars have split tongues. If someone wishes you good luck, your reply must be, "To heck with that," or some version of such. Thanking someone for wishing you luck will cause misfortune. Other versions of this myth state that the first person should never actually say good luck, but instead should say the Russian equivalent of no fur, no feathers, to which you would give the same "to heck with that" response. In a similar fashion, performers traditionally say "break a leg" to each other before going on stage to ensure a good performance. Never leave empty bottles on the table. Whether your party's tab is determined by the number of empties, or you're following the tradition of finishing every bottle that is opened, empties should be put on the floor beneath the table. All members of a traveling party must sit down together briefly before moving on. This ensures that everyone will have a safe trip. Knock on wood is big in Russia. They don't say it out loud, and they mime spitting over their left shoulder 3 times, symbolically spitting in the devil's eye. If there's no wood around, they'll knock on their own heads. If you accidentally step on someone's foot, expect your own to get stepped on as well. It is believed that returning the same offense to the offender prevents any future fights between you two. Do not walk on opposite sides of a pole if you are with a friend or a loved one. Doing so means that the relationship will end. Make sure that both of you pass a pole on the same side. Hiccups mean someone is thinking about you. Whistling indoors is very bad luck, and it can lead to you losing all your money. Single people should never sit at the corner of a table, or they will never get married. Children are exempted from this. Never sit directly on the cold ground, because it will make you infertile. This rule is particularly true for women. Sitting on a blanket or other ground cover is okay. Never wish someone a happy birthday before the actual date, lest misfortune befall them. Likewise, don't celebrate your birthday before the actual date. Now here are some Western European superstitions. Friday the 13th is a feared date. This isn't unique to Western Europe. Many cultures believe that uneven numbers are unlucky, including China, Japan, and the US. What is unique to Western Europe is the specificity of Friday the 13th. The fear is believed to have originated with the fall of the Knights Templar, a highly respected group of former crusaders known for their righteous sense of duty. King Philip IV of France needed money to fund his ambitions, and he knew that the Templars allegedly held vast stores of gold from the Holy Land. He was also deeply in debt to them. On Friday, October the 13th, 1307, a coordinated mass attack on Templar holdings in France was carried out. The Templars were arrested and all their goods confiscated. Templars outside of France escaped this fate. But Philip had forced the hand of Pope Clement V, and the Order of the Knights Templar was eventually dissolved. Say bless you when someone sneezes. The relatively dense populations of Western Europe allowed for the scourge of plague to spread fairly easily. Several of all of the Black Death, also known as the Black Plague, which spread from Asia to Europe in the fall of 1347. By the time it was over, 3 years later, approximately 1/3 of the entire population of Europe was dead. The custom of saying bless you to anyone who sneezes is a desperate attempt to invoke the Almighty to stop the spread of the disease. Cross your fingers for luck. This practice may have arisen with the longbow archers of England during the 100 Years' War with France. Allegedly, the bowmen would cross their fingers as they pulled back the bowstrings, making the secret sign of the cross was believed to help bring God's focus to their aim. The archers devastated the armies of France at the Battle of Crecy. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. In 1346, and at Agincourt in 1415, in which the French were estimated to have lost 8,000 men to England's 100. Ultimately, the French won the war, but the longbowmen changed the face of the battle forever. Now, a little caveat to that. I think I was at Warwick Castle in England, and I heard the story of an archer who was telling a story that in America, if you're going to flip somebody off, if you will, you give the middle finger. In Britain, it's the backhanded, the two fingers. And they said that was kind of like a, F you, if you will, to a person. If you gave the middle finger, if you gave the backward V hand shape, it was showing that you still had your fingers. Because archers like the middle finger was cut off, or the two fingers were cut off in Britain, and so they wouldn't be able to use their bow. So if you showed your fingers, it's kind of like a ha ha ha. I still have my fingers, F you. Something like that. He was better at the storytelling. Back to the superstitions. Hurting or killing a cat is bad luck. While many cultures around the world believe that black cats are unlucky, this prohibition against harming all cats comes from Germany. The famous Black Forest of Bavaria is home to many witches and assorted unsavory monsters in German culture. As witches are known to keep cats as familiars, it would not do you good to make the witch angry by hurting her pet. Killing spiders is also considered bad luck for the same reason. Seeing an old woman first thing in the morning is bad luck. Seeing a young woman is good luck. The Germans have a great number of admonitions concerning old women, many of which have the reverse effect if a young woman is involved. Again, witches. An itchy palm means money will come to you soon. This superstition actually spread from African slaves. A Nigerian belief says that an itchy right palm means you will receive money, while an itchy left palm means you will lose money. Don't walk under an open ladder. This superstition has an interesting source. It seems that the open ladder forms a triangle, a shape known to be especially magical. Walking under the ladder breaks the mystical shape and perhaps upsets the various spirits living there, disturbing the symmetry and bringing bad luck. In some traditions, it can even unalive you. Breaking a mirror is 7 years bad luck. Not only are mirrors extremely expensive historically, but some cultures believe that the mirror actually captures the soul of the viewer. Breaking the mirror kills the soul, and the viewer will inevitably be unalived. The same belief still exists in the dislike of being photographed that is prevalent in some cultures. The reason for it being 7 years is that this has long been a magical number in many traditions, including Christianity. A horseshoe is good luck. Horses are extremely important to nomadic peoples across the world. Owning a horse is often a sign of wealth, and possessing anything associated with or showing a picture of a horse increased your chances of getting wealth or gaining wealth. Be sure to hang your horseshoe over the front door with the ends facing up. Doing so keeps the good luck from draining out of the horseshoe. Swimming in freezing cold water on the first day of the new year brings good health for the entire year. This belief has been morphed into a worldwide phenomenon of polar bear plunging. Rather than being for health benefits, the current fad is more about how cold cold the winter is and how long the swimmers can stay in it, like the Netherlands. Carrying the bride over the threshold is good luck. This ancient superstition stems from the belief in house spirits. If the bride were to stumble while entering her new home, evil spirits could catch her unprepared and enter her body, causing difficult childbirths or even sterility. Carrying the bride through this dangerous passage avoids this. If a virgin wants to know whether she'll marry in the coming year, she should knock on a chicken coop at midnight on Christmas Eve. If a rooster squawks, she will marry. If a hen squawks, she won't. And this superstition comes from Germany. If a young woman walks backwards into a garden on Midsummer's Eve, summer solstice, and picks a rose, she can discover who she will marry. The rose must be carefully placed into a paper bag and stored in a dark drawer until Christmas Eve. On Christmas Day, the rose is removed from the bag and worn in the decolletage, I'm not sure, to church. The man who asks for the rose, or who takes it without asking, will be her future groom. That's in England. To prevent goblins from substituting changelings for your child, lay a pair of men's pants over the cradle. That comes from Germany. Corpse of a murdered person will bleed if it is touched by the person who killed it. In times past, touching the corpse was a way of proving guilt or innocence of having committed the red rum. Thankfully, this trial is no longer practiced in England. And there you have it. Some superstitions from Western and Eastern Europe. Something a little different today. Thank you all for watching. And remember,